Salute to the family. We gonna get into these dating coaches. Specifically, you males, because you're not men to me. You're males. You lie to these women. And it works. It worked for Ace Metaphor in his brand and his platform. He's touring all over the country speaking to these heifers. So make sure that y'all like the stream. I am back. I know I haven't streamed a lot. January, I usually take it easy on Januaries now. I don't, and also, you know what I'm saying? January is usually a month where I'm taking it easy. I'm not producing a lot of content. That may change in the future. And there really hasn't been many topics that's been going on that has really interested me. You know? But this piqued my interest. I saw a video from Poetic Flacco. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. He did a video and he put a lot into the video. He put a lot of effort into it. Shout out to him and his content. He's come a long way. At least I can say that he's doing that instead of trying to, you know, do what others do. People can say, well, he's doing what academics doing, but to me, Flacco just does his own thing. And that's why he's growing. People don't want to see copycats. All right. But we're going to get into it. Hey, Ricky E., I did see your email, bro, about the woman that was going to sue Lyft. That was originally going to be my topic. So I'm going to give y'all the option. Would y'all rather me do a video on that heifer, or would y'all rather me go live on it? I don't know if I want to go live on it. I would rather produce a video. I think the heifer's looking for attention. I think she really thinks that she's attractive and she got rejected. She felt like she got rejected and she wants to sue because she got rejected. That's the mindset of these women now. You know, they take anything as rejection. So I may just end up doing a video on it. Now, if I have enough time tonight, I may react to it live. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. Let's see who's here. T-Man, Riderwise, The Bull Tone, Beefer, Boss Lady, Brian, Ricky E. Taz, XL Pro, A. Willie, Marcus Romero was good, 586 Sports, Jerry, New Moon, Devon was good. Shout out to all the members. Also, y'all can click that membership button and join the chat elite. Join the chat elite. Click that join. But also salute to the people that support my Patreon. I am putting up exclusive videos, exclusive to Patreon. Shout out to everybody that's there already. But there's some things that's been going on the last couple of days. Because I tell you, most of the month, it hasn't been a lot going on that I've wanted to make, especially live streams on. Because you do a live stream, there has to be a purpose. I can't go live on anything like some of these other people. I have to really have I don't say a passion, but I have to really use that as a teachable moment. This live stream today is going to be a teachable moment because a lot of you women are being finessed by these males that tell you they're giving you advice on how to deal with other men. A lot of times they're talking about themselves. Now, I don't come at this from a place of hate. I don't know this guy. I've heard of him. I hadn't really spoken on it because I don't speak on other content creators. Only if the situation calls for me to do so. What's good, Alex, LaMarcus? Make sure y'all like the stream. But in this particular live stream, Black Samurai was good. We're gonna talk about the teachable moment of y'all listening to these males. Shout out to Brian.
Having a mouthpiece charisma will allow you to sleep with many toxic, man-hating melanated women. Trust me. They love their emotions played with.
Yeah, appreciate that, Brian. Appreciate that. And that's the thing. Women love, women, they love toxic situations, toxic men. Have y'all noticed that women always talking about a man having hoes? They actually find that to be attractive. A lot more women nowadays like when a man has options. If you are a man that doesn't have options, women are not going to look in your direction. Women like to be in a scenario where they're going to get cheated on so they can have something to talk about. Now, we're going to talk about a couple different people here tonight. Well, I'm going to let Keita Rose do the talking. Now, let me just preface it. I think I might have spoken about her before in a previous live stream or video some time ago. I have nothing against her. Maybe she posted a video that I reacted to. I have nothing against her, but I find her to be kind of cringe. Again, this is nothing against her, but I don't know if she's is she a comedian too? I know when you do TikTok videos, you got to be a little extra, but I just find it to be interesting, her way of doing videos. And we're going to look at them tonight because she had a lot to say about her ex-coworkers. Apparently, she not getting paid. She wanted to rebel and got fired, got stabbed in the back. That's why I say y'all should go check out Poetic Flacco's video. But in this live stream, I'm going to speak on this from my perspective. I've warned you heifers about these male dating coaches. But let me tell you something, and this is what Keita Rose got to understand. I understand that, you got fired, you got let go. You're pushing content because you need, to make money. I understand that. But what you're doing is not going to stop these women from supporting him. As a matter of fact, it's going to make them support him even more because women like men who have some dirt on them. Salute to everybody that's here. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all like the stream. What's good, Kathy? Mortal Beast was good. I see what Keita Rose is doing. I see what she's upset about. But she has to understand the nature of these heifers. They like toxic men. They got dirt on them. Was good, Slim. That's only going to make those women support him even more. But she's upset. She's angry. She says she quit her job to tour with these people. I heard of them doing live. I didn't know that this thing had been going on since 2019? So you mean to tell me you have Negroes, because that's mainly who they were, paying money to go see these group of people sit on stage and argue and fake fight? Now, listen, and this brings me back to dating coaches. Dating coaches is entertainment. To me, the majority of these dating coaches are entertainment. Now, they've been able to merge. Now, people say, well, the red pill has always been about dating coaches. No, the manosphere has had those elements of dating and all that, right? But the red pill philosophy has never truly been about how to get with this woman and that woman. Never, ever. But again, whatever you want to interpret it as, I guess. Whatever you want to interpret it as, right? This, I just never interpreted it as about getting girls. I just never saw it as that. You want to say the manosphere had those elements, okay. But the red pill philosophy itself was never really about that. But be that as it may, we're not talking about the red pill philosophy. We're not talking about men who speak to other men. We're talking about men or males who speak to these women lying to them. We've been warning y'all about the Derek Jacksons of the world, the failures. Now he is losing his mind. How many times do we have to basically tell you people that these people are fake? How many times? How many times do we have to tell you that, these people are not who they say they are? But I want to get into what Keto Rose, had to say on her Instagram. I'm going to go to the first post, because she's upset. Now again, these are people she worked with. If you had all these gripes, you still work with them until you got let go. Let me see, put this on the screen. Now, this was her post. I guess she was supposed to be on the road with them, but then she put this post up January 18th. That's when a lot of this started. She said, long post. Won't be in St. Louis and Memphis this weekend. And man, y'all show me so much love. I'll be back before you know it. This is the last time you'll see me working with Ace Metaphor. I've been touring with Tonight's Conversation for years, and I just want to tell everyone that has supported me, thank you. For those of you who bought my merch or told me that my content personality got them through the hard times, I want to say y'all got me through the hardest years of my life, and y'all didn't even know it. What started off as a podcast that encouraged the community to talk about abuse, trauma, and infidelity, etc., turned into an environment where all of that and more took place. Of course, you put a bunch of insecure people in one space. What do you think is going to happen? All those people who sit on that stage needs therapy, not crowds of people going to see them. A lot of times abuse got swept under the rug because no one speaks up. Once I process the situation in its entirety and navigate through all the NDAs I signed, I'm going to share every detail with the same audience that got me through it. I love y'all more than you know. If you support me, still support the show because some of your faves are dealing with their fair share of issues. Yes, we are entertainers. But please remember, we are human. Don't send hate anywhere. Just tune in, watch my story. When it comes out is all I ask, and take note. Hopefully my story saves people from going through what I went through. And that was her first post. That was back on the 18th. That was her preemptive post because y'all know she's posted more. And we're going to get to some of it because I'm not on her TikTok. I'm on her Instagram. I told you, I'm not a TikTok person. I'm really not a TikTok person. But let me see if I can find. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all like the stream. Okay, this might be the original one that went viral. Even though she signed NDAs. I don't know how you could sign an NDA and then tell everything. That's a heck of an NDA you could sign and still tell everything.
Rant is going to mention abuse. And if you can't handle all that because Trump's inauguration is on Martin Luther King Day and that's just too much for you already, I understand. Come back and see this tomorrow. It's going to be up. After the Diddy situation, I often ask myself how people could be so inconsiderate and insensitive in the comments and ask questions like why it takes so long or how come they didn't say this or how come everybody wants to come out of the woodwork. So I kind of want to break down abuse real quick so that the is in the back that ain't never been abused, or maybe the ones that are doing the abusing could really understand where I'm coming from. So let's make some things clear. What are the different types of abuse? Well, there's financial, there's physical, there's sexual, there's mental, there's emotional, there's verbal. There's a lot of different types of abuse. So it's important to know all the different types so you can identify it if somebody want to get stupid with you. I just don't understand why people wait so long in order to talk about their abuse. Well, let's go over some of the things that the victim has to face once they've come out. Firstly, you're going to be alone. So when you first start talking about your abuse, You have to understand there's going to be a lot of people around you that love, care about, and believe your abuser. You're going to get talked to crazy, talked about, lied to, and lied on. Keita, why? The victim didn't do anything. Why are they going through that? Well, because they're disrupting a cycle. Imagine you tell your family during Christmas that Uncle Joe can't really keep his hands to himself. Well, now you're the one that's ruined Christmas. The burden falls on the one who talks. Remember that. See, it's up because the people that love your abuser have to now choose between believing you and enabling them. So the hard part is done, right? Saying it, getting it out there. But now you have to do the harder part, which is prove it. Then you notice everybody around you that had the same opinion, had the same experience, gets the same feelings about said person, said abuser. You'll see them cower down. You'll see them shut the up. Why? Because everyone gets rowdy when we're talking about it. Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, we can't stand for this. Yeah, who do they think they are? Until it's time to really stand on business and mean what the you say. And you'll see that 99% of the who had a problem before don't know what you're talking about anymore. So now you're jealous, bitter, angry, broke, money hungry, or whatever else the abuser is going to call you to then paint themselves more credible. You can't listen to such and such because did you know, in my cases, did you know that she suffers from mental illness? She's crazy. And you know what? All right. Victims have to answer questions like, well, if the abuse was so bad, why didn't you leave earlier? And to that
Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because this was a prelude to everything she's talking about, is going to be talking about in regards to her coworkers. That's what she's basically referring to, is the fact that she feels like she was a victim and abused at the workplace. You know, so that's why this was her ranting after the post that I read earlier.
I'd say it depends on what's connected to the abuse. Some people's abusers are tied to everything they have or everything they've ever known. Imagine being like, I know Ashton owns everything in your bank account and he owns the house and the car and custody of the kids and everything that's ever been near or dear to your heart. But just walk away. Fuck you, Jan. You walk away. I'm staying. I'm going to figure this shit out. Here's some scary ass truths that victims have to face before they confront their abuser. People might not believe you. People might talk shit. Everybody might turn against you. You might get sued and then have to be abused and pay. Might get diddied. Everybody has pneumonia. Victims have to hear shit like, you don't look abused. You look okay. You don't look sad or mad. Okay, well, let me just go home and shit on myself. Rub it all over. That way I just look like I feel inside. Victims get to see abusers play victim. And a lot of your faves are so good at playing victim. The image is like, mwah, chef's kiss. A couple things victims need to understand. And if you ain't clocked nothing else this whole video, go ahead and clock this. You don't get any reward for shutting the up. What, Keita? That doesn't even make sense because you just said what could happen to the victims by speaking out. Absolutely. But also what could happen to a victim by shutting the up is the abuser gets to keep going and keep abusing. And they don't stop. So someone has to say something. And lastly, but most importantly, let's talk about after something traumatic happening, the victim having to heal. Whilst a lot of the times, whilst watching their abusers shine. And don't worry, abusers are never alone. A lot of the times they shine with the people that enable the abuse. Because abuse is okay as long as you benefit. As long as you benefit. My abuser says that everybody has a price. All those things are important to consider if you want to confront your abuser, if you want to start speaking out about your story. I'm ready to confront mine. So I think it's time that we have a real conversation. Trigger warning, this rant is going to mention abuse. And if you...
Okay. Now, again, this rant was mainly about her ex-employer. You know, that was setting the stage for that. And I want y'all to understand, you know, a lot of this is over money. A lot of this is over money. It's about feeling like she was owed more than what she had. And she didn't get that. And what happened is now, again, and we're going to get into it. Lord, the cringe levels, okay. Oh my God. Hey, now we're about to get into it. Okay. Make sure that y'all like the stream, family.
Welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Gaja! A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh.
Do y'all remember that who the F did I marry, something like that? Or who the hell did I marry? Y'all remember that TikTok series that is still probably going on right now? I guess she's doing her version of it. Everybody want to do their version of that, right?
She knew dude was like this, but stayed silent as long as she was getting paid.
Yeah.
She's no victim.
Appreciate that. Great February. It's good to see you. It was good, JJ Diesel. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Yeah, I say this in all these situations. I'm very consistent. If you're dealing with a toxic environment, why do you stay? Now she'll say, well, she quit her job and was touring with these people for years. Why didn't you create your own? You had years to create your own platform, whether it be a podcast. You knew you had people that liked you and supported you, right? You could have splintered off and done your own thing before this became your main source of income, right? Being very tunnel vision, short-sighted. You should have been long-term. See, that's the problem with people. They don't think long-term, right? And by the way, again, she's doing these series of videos, but I thought she signed an NDA.
This feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal. Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So because I'm
Okay, so she's getting into it. Let me say this, people. Again, if you never quit your job to work with people you don't know, especially in entertainment, well, with people who don't have a solid foundation, always have your own. Women always be the main ones saying they got to have their own. But you put your financial future and present in the hands of this guy, right? It's next video.
Watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few things that have been really pissing me off. Number 1, I'm not one of those friends that fall.
What's good, Manani? Make sure y'all like the streams. Shout out to everybody that's here.
Out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes actually never liked me at all. This isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this seems a little one-sided, Keita. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So, since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem freaking out. Before it was Tonight's Conversation, live and uncut. It was Tonight's Conversation, love, sex, and relationships, the tour. I had never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're going to take my son, so I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented K-Love the Poet, and Joe! Look how happy I am. Stupid girl. This healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage, man. Honestly, this show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers.
Yes, I believe she's a single mother. And I could say something else, but I'm not going to say it. But if you listen to her and you have a thought in your head of something, you probably are right.
TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye. Goodbye." This is my best friend. And the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that?
Jackson.
Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is, this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Why? Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know. Oh, shit. Because I put these niggas after I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay? In all true honesty, it's something about that stream hitting that...
Oh my God.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of...
Oh, I guess that's everybody's favorite on the show. That's you Negro's favorite. She say she really about that. Oh man. Oh, what's going on out here, family? What is going on out here? Shout out to everybody that's here. I think we got to take a break. Let's just pause for a second. I'm gonna get back to the other video clip here, but my God, I mean, listen, it's one thing if you're upset at now the girl that she's going at, I guess stabbed her in the back, so she had to remind the world that this chick is nasty, and all these people work together. That's the crazy thing. And that was her best friend on the whole touring group, right? I guess that was her bestie of the group. And you knew this about her. And you had this video waiting. She had that video waiting for the day that she could expose her. That's what women do. They will hold all type of secrets and things that other women do until you cross them. When you cross them, they will put it out there. Let's go to this next cringeworthy video.
And thank you for watching episode 3 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I know a lot of you don't like my delivery. I got this message today. When you do your next story time, could you do it less animated? It's taken away from your story time. No. And let me tell you why. No hate to you, because a lot of people have said that, right? They don't like my delivery, my antics, the animation. It's less believable. I don't give a shit what you believe. That's the truth. I'm telling you how I tell it. And I'm an animated person, so regardless of what I deliver, good news or bad news, it's gonna come out animated, you bland, boring bitches. Anyway, where did we leave off?
Y'all like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be...
You know, the funniest thing is Keita probably likes doing that stuff too. Y'all heifers don't fool me. A lot of y'all are some freaks. And Keita probably into that lifestyle too. And you putting this girl out here like she the only one. And that was your friend. What else should y'all bond over? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm saying it's like she really out here looking to embarrass this girl. Now, again, she feels betrayed by her, but that girl was looking out for herself. She did not owe you anything. I don't believe in betrayal, but I tell you all the time, don't trust anybody, especially people that you work with. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Glad I don't know. Oh, shit. Because I put these niggas...
Ooh, you guys were mad about that one. You guys acted like I made that video. First of all, I just like to address a couple things. One, I'm not kink shaming anybody. If you want to get pissed on, you want to get pissed on. I don't. I'm not judging you. We listen and we don't judge. You're mad at me because your favorite coach, life coach, likes to get pissed on. What did I do? A lot of you said, well, if that's her husband, it is what it is. But that wasn't her husband in the video. So. Number 3, this isn't about booty eating, grocery shopping, or anything of the sort. This was to show you how she speaks around people that she's comfortable with. So when you guys said I was bullying her, right, when she got on TikTok crying, y'all were like, oh, you're going too hard. No, she talked like that. She talked like nigga, bitch. That's how she talked. It's just that, not on stage. So I wasn't bullying anybody, but I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. But I bet you won't try to bully me. So the guy in the video was not her husband, right? And so he was just somebody that she was doing business with. Now this guy, a lot of you have seen his video. He dated her. I'm not sure what happened, but she sent him a very...
Ladies, don't ever tell no woman you just met your business, because as soon as she get mad with you, she's going to tell everybody. What's good, Jean Marie? She gonna tell everybody. Don't do it, you know what I'm saying? But again, she knew all this and she was so cool, so comfortable with her that she told this woman that her gripes about what was going on with the touring business, right? That they were working for. You still went to her as if she was comfort. She didn't see you the same way. She never saw you as a friend. You saw her as a friend. Yeah, what happened to the sisterhood? The sisterhood went right out the window when money gets involved. It's either money or a man, and these women throw all that friendship shit out the window.
Very long apology via email, which is, oh my God, like, is he a colleague or a nigga you messing with? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't read that email. And once I see that your text is this long, you lost me. Now, I don't know why her and the guy you just seen broke up, but I do know that he stated she threw a lot of insults. She was very violent, very angry, and she sent this and another 4 or 5 emails.
Shout out to Stephen B. Listen, let me say this. Let me tell you how people expose themselves. I have, again, nothing against Kitty. I'm just reacting live. I'm not on nobody's side. But if you say that you can't read long text messages, I know damn well you don't read books. I've seen numerous people complain about reading long messages. That tells me you don't read books. You're not a book reader. And I'm not the biggest book reader at all. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I am, but I'll read long messages. It just depends on how fast your mind works. A lot of your minds work slow, right?
Like I told you, you guys can pause it. I ain't reading it. Now, a lot of women in the comments were like, well, she's apologizing. Yeah, but what he's trying to convey is with narcissistic women, they will do something terrible and then apologize, and then do something terrible and then apologize. The apology is more to get you back so they can have more of their supply, not that they actually mean it, because if they meant it, they would stop. Now, upon this guy coming out, there's another guy that came out saying that she shot him with his own gun. Shot at him or shot him? Listen here.
Damn near exactly what happened with me and her when I dated her. She saw that I had did some shit in my phone. We started fighting. Well, we didn't even start fighting. She started hitting me. I was 200 pounds, like 250 at the time, 6 feet tall. She's 5'3", 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, I can't hit you, so I'm trying to get out the way. She get in the car, keep hitting me, destroys my car, and then shoots at me with my own gun 3 times.
My own. Hello, governor, and thank you for watching.
But that was your friend. She probably told you this. And you was still cool with her enough to voice your displeasures with the company. People. Oh, that was her, Stephen B? She put that out to stop Asian hate? Because I know I spoke on Keita a while back. It might have been for something else. But if she did, again, I'm getting a lot of Oreo vibes from Keita. I'm getting a lot of Oreo vibes. And if she did promote anything about stop Asian hate, yeah, that's just how. That's why I say these. I don't really, I make videos of live streams about these people. I move on. But yeah, I did a live stream on her. But again, what I tell y'all about these Negroes that talking about stop Asian hate. Like what? And then you look at the type of person that they are and how they act. It tells you a lot of things there, right?
Episode 3 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I know a lot of you don't like my delivery.
Okay, that's the other video. We kind of moving. Again, make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. I'm having to. Okay, hold up. Just give me a second. I'm moving. God. Okay, let me see. Is this number? Oh, let's see which one this is. All right. I think this one next up.
The bad bitch. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are from. Thank you for watching episode 4, season 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? A lot of you don't like that there be smoke in my videos, but I'm unemployed. To everybody that has reached out to me, asked me if my mental is okay, asked me if I'm good, I really do appreciate you. I seen some comments saying like she's playing the victim. She acts like a victim. I'm not a victim. I don't even want to call myself a victim. I trusted a man with taco meat on his face. That man has a taco meat beard. That is the makings of a shiesty fella. Ladies, if your boyfriend has taco meat on his face, he's going to mess you up. Listen to me. I can speak from experience. And that reminds me, a lot of you were saying, well, I wouldn't listen to such and such, or I wouldn't listen to such and such. Listen, it didn't start off a panel. It was first a conversation. So season 1 was me, Rico, Mojo, Jojo. Y'all, let's take a poll, guys. Do you like Mojo, Jojo? Or
Kenneth says she's unemployed and without a man, right?
do you like taco meat beard man? So I know I mentioned in my story on Instagram that he used to say things like, you're not going to be aesthetically pleasing, or are you working on your weight, Keita? And that this is what I look like when I met him. But who was ugly? Also, taco meat on your face. Now, Rico was the first villain. He came in to not only be a part of the podcast, but like help direct the podcast. So one day we were shooting, and I guess we all found out that Rico didn't appreciate being talked to a certain way, and also just it was bad. It was explosive. Now, Mojo Jojo said in one of his lives that I think he had hired 100 cast members. There's been so many cast members in and out of his house. That was the guest cast. That wasn't core cast. Core cast stayed the same.
Yes, Kathy, that podcast was her only job. That's why I'm saying, like, how these now, I may not just be talking exclusively about her, but a lot of these women claim that they're entrepreneurs, that they're hustlers. Like, you have a child to take care of. Like, you should be out here with different streams of income. Unless she does, and she's like not telling y'all what those streams of income is, because I kind of doubt that was like her only. She says it was her only job. I'm like, but I don't think they tour that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have anything else set up on the side, right? And then you get fired, and now you're how you unemployed from a touring podcast? That's crazy to me. Yo, that is crazy to me. You got to have different forms of income. Who relies on one source of income in 2025? Like, even the people that work a regular job, you got to find something. Because if the other thing doesn't work, you're screwed. especially when you are online and you're doing podcasts, you know?
Every freaking day. So we're sitting in his basement and we're all having a conversation about I just don't know what. But Mojo Jojo and Rico get into it back and forth and back and forth. Rico doesn't like how he's being spoken to, so he says something along the lines of, shut up, I'll beat your ass in your own house. Something like that. I don't know. Allegedly, it's not verbatim. And then Mojo Jojo said, use your words. At that moment, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Hit him. Hit him. But he didn't. He acted very professionally. We didn't see Rico again. And I think that's when we saw him, I guess, 1 or 2 straggling shows, but Rico didn't need the money. So we didn't see Rico again. But I think that's when I found out that when you do stand up for yourself, I mean, you didn't have.
Bingo, Alex. Bingo. She wasn't disciplined with her money. She wasn't she didn't save anything. Maybe she did and we don't know, but she should have invested that money and that she was making, but she was probably spending it as she got it. You know, especially if she has like an apartment or an expensive car note, because y'all know she probably has an expensive car note. Okay. People forget when you rent a car, you got to pay insurance as well. And depending on how new that car is and the make and model of it, you're going to be paying a lot of insurance. You know, you basically going to be paying a whole rent or mortgage payment on your car. So if you, again, working the podcast touring thing, you should try to invest your money into something else. Yes, she got fired.
You know, he didn't have to say. But when you do challenge him, you're going to get fired. It's going to be your last day, bud.
Yeah.
And sure, I could have quit at that moment. I could have said, oh, you can't challenge him. If you challenge him, it's going to be a problem.
What's good, Treyway? Gerald, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream, Black Rain, General. Don, what's up? Van, what's good?
But I did not, because I enjoyed the people that I worked with.
Right, yep. Insurance, property tax, yep, got maintenance, fuel. If the car has issues, you got to pay the repairs. It's a lot because these people want to get these expensive cars, not understanding that, you know, it costs money.
I was making good money. And I didn't want to quit my job. Would you quit your job if you found out that your boss was a... You know, what's crazy is along the years, a lot of people have been using words like narcissist and diagnosing everyone around them. But when you actually see a narcissist, do you know what to look for? A lot of you think that I am bullying our friend Kit Kat, but I'm not. I truly believe she's a female narcissist. And no, I'm not a doctor. But I think when you blindly believe and follow whoever, including myself, you don't do victims justice. People that didn't deserve whatever happened to them. So please think about that, because these men, and there are a lot of men. Oh, there's so many. It's raining men. So a gentleman reached out and said that he dated Kitty, the, relationship expert. So I'm sure the relationship was healthy and loving and progressive. Well, he said that he was cheating on her, right? Which no woman wants. So I want to be fair and tell all the facts. But the woman just reached out, I guess the girl that he cheated with, and it says Kitty did try to kill him that night. It was because I had butt dialed him. Around that time, he had been messing with both me and her. She found out. Then shit got ugly. That girl used to cyber stalk me. She found out where I lived. She used to go live and talk about me and him over her FB and TikTok. It was a whole shit show. So she's saying she butt dialed him. And because of that, Kitty was on the phone. She heard. They began to fight. Now, that's what you heard in part 3. They began to fight. The car got damaged. Shots went off. She used his own gun to shoot at him. All because of a butt dial. Now, of course, the story is going to get deeper. And I'm invested. Are you? And pop goes the bad bitch. Good morning.
So that's, I guess, the fourth part. Don't quit your job, she could have done this part-time. She could have, on her off days or whatever they're doing it, or she could have gotten a secondary job. Like, you got a child to take care of. And by the way, when you're on the road, who's taking care of the child? I guess the child's with the father. I think that this situation, it just shows, don't put your future in the hands of people. Because I think she bought into the whole, Ace metaphor. He loves women, right? She bought into that. And I think that when she got around him, she realized he's just like every other guy. Yeah, I think she needs therapy as well. All that comedy and, all of the antics, it hides who she really is and the hurt and trauma that she has. That's why I say, stop giving people advice when you need therapy. You need help. Don't give nobody advice while you're out here hurting, while you need psychological evaluating, right? You need to go speak to a therapist. But these people who need therapy are trying to be therapists. And when people are very extra like this, they're masking the pain and the trauma that they faced in their life, right? And they hide it by, with the whole, extraness. Yeah, you see it with Nicki Minaj and some of these other women. I've spoken to women, and they all tend to be Geminis, Female Geminis are crazy. And they all want to be comedians. But anyway, they all be having the same type of energy. And they all have trauma. Hello,
and thank you for watching episode 5, season 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For?
Like the stream, family.
Now, see, I would love to keep the storyline in order, but your faves keep getting on lives, forcing people to be uncomfortable and look at them and talking about some shit that don't even matter. So I thought to react to the live. I have to watch it here because I'm blocked.
Numbers don't lie, sir. You right. You don't know them. You don't know the numbers. You ain't did the education, Slay. You ain't did the education, Slay. You ain't did the education. You don't know the numbers. Matter of fact, I do. You ain't did the education. You guys, I love y'all, man. And honestly, I hope at some point in your life, and a lot of you guys are there.
Look at Mandy. Some point in your life, y'all don't know the numbers. To the point where, excluding the people that are already there. Right? I ain't followed her today. But when you get to the point where you're organizing a national tour, self-funded, from money you stole,
self-promoted,
using our pixels.
You know what I'm saying?
Self. Yikes.
You'll have a better perspective.
Then give us that perspective.
There's promoters all over the country that'll listen to me talk and understand everything that I'm saying.
We understand you. We just don't believe you.
I'm not trying to go back and forth.
So let's get to one of the ways he had me.
Listen, people, I want to ask you ladies, why do y'all go to these shows? Y'all are supporting a man who's doing everything that he speaks out against. He's all the stereotypes, and y'all go to his shows. Y'all entertained by this, right? I bet you end up with a bunch of single women going to these shows, entertained by these people, probably wanting to sleep with the men on the stage because they ain't got no man, right? You see, Ace sees it as a business. He not trying to be these girls' friends. Maybe she thought that, her and Ace could be cool and, he'd be like a mentor to her as far as the content thing, because that's be all the way clear. Ace Metaphor is a content creator. He's no different than any other YouTuber. He understands the YouTube business. He understands the content creation business. He understands it, right? So this is a business to him. It's nothing personal. It is business. And if y'all are willing to go out there on these tours and be paid whatever he pays you, y'all made that choice. Y'all should see it as a business. He's not trying to be your friend. He's not trying to do what's right by you. He's doing what's right by himself. And the fact that you've been with them for years, now you see discrepancies. What happened? Was you okay with what you were being paid? and then maybe something changed, your lifestyle changed. You know, you got some dude in your ear that you mess around with that's saying you need to get paid more than that. Cause y'all listen. Y'all know women, and again, I don't know Keita. I don't, but I'm just reading between the lines. She's the type of woman who will date a man who has nothing. Okay. And that man will be in her ear telling her that she should have more than what she has. And you know what I'm saying? It's always that. Because how were you okay with what you were being paid, you know, all these years, and now all of a sudden you had a problem with it? Now you have a problem with it? What changed?
Messed up. He likes to show the P&L sheet. Everybody was talking about the P&L sheet. You know, Kitty was like, I saw the P&L sheet. We've all got sent P&L sheets. They don't have any information on them, and they're doctored because guess who creates the P&L sheets? Okay. We've never gotten any information on how much the tour, the app, the clips, the YouTube, the anything have ever made. We've never gotten information on it. The only time we can piece information together is when he's bragging. I got big money. I wipe my ass with 50,000. I make $500,000 a weekend. That's the only time we can kind of say, hey, because I remember something wasn't right with my money though. And speaking of that, let's talk about it. So
JJ, I brought up the fact that they're a Gemini because it's a talking point. It's not about belief in any, you know, signs. I just brought it up because it's a stereotype. See what I did there? I stereotyped. It wasn't about belief in the stars or planets. It was mainly about bringing up a stereotype. When I bring up signs, it's about stereotypes. And there's nothing deeper into it than that.
Hey, you know, me and my ex been broken up for a couple weeks. Cordial, everything's fine. But I'm waiting for my paychecks, and I'm like, what's going on? Because a lot of y'all were saying, well, why was he your manager? He wasn't my manager, but Ace didn't like talking to women. So JT was Randy's husband. Carlos is Kitty's.
He didn't like talking to women. He talks to women all the time in the videos. In the video, he talks to women all the time. He's pro-women. Who would have thought that a man whose whole career is about speaking for women and to women doesn't like to talk to women? I told y'all it's a grift. I've told you heifers, it's a grift. He don't like y'all like that. Y'all are money to him. Derek Jackson, the rest of these guys. Those other guys the other male dating coaches that for women, it's a job to them. They don't really believe what they're saying.
They said she might not be married. That'll be on the next. I don't know if I tell you what, I'm just dizzy. Carlos, and then there was Kel, my boyfriend, but he wanted to speak to a man because he said that women don't quite get it. They don't quite get it, and it's easier to talk to the men, even if the men don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So usually we just send them off to have the conversation and then get the information conveyed, right?
Now, see, as I said a little bit earlier, all of this money situation became a situation for her because of her breaking up with her ex-boyfriend. It's always with a boyfriend. Always with the boyfriend. So I'm assuming maybe this boyfriend was helping her financially. And when they broke up, she wants to know, you know, like, it's just like when women, when they break up with a man, they want a child support check. They want a child support check. As a matter of fact, and this is a side note, speaking of child support, I have a video that I'm going to post tomorrow in regards to Jimmy Butler and his child support situation. But that's a side note. Y'all notice they get out these relationships. They're like, oh, I can't afford this and that. I need child support, right? No, they want the lifestyle they had previously. Child support is a vehicle to having that lifestyle.
So they never talked about this, not to me. That's why it was done behind my back. And apparently, after I signed the contract, he changed things up to where we had to buy our own plane tickets. We had to buy our own hotels, and there were no more rental cars. All that used to be given to us, now it was taken away. So he was like, what we can do, I guess to him, to Kel, was what we can do is make a deal to give you an advance so that you can pay for these things. And then we'll just take it from her shows in the back end. Okay, even if that was the case, even if I would have been okay with some dumb shit like that, and I absolutely wouldn't have, because why am I paying to work? Is this 12 years of slave? Even if I would have been okay with some dumb shit like that, why send it to his personal bank?
It's called negotiations, Keita. If you didn't like the negotiations, you could have walked away. But you stayed, you know? And the fact that they were providing y'all with those things, right? That stuff costs money, Keita. It does. Keita, it costs money. Hotels, rental, that stuff costs money. And the thing is, with rental cars, you got to pay insurance. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay like a fee of insurance. It depends on how it is. Some states may be different. Some rental places may be different. But you got to pay up front for these cars. You got to add, because they don't want y'all totaling or scratching their car. So that stuff does cost money. And you wanted to renegotiate. He said, well, screw it. Y'all take it. That's a part of negotiations. That's why you should have had your own, to where you had bargaining power. Because if you had your own, Keita, it would have been a little bit more difficult for him to let you go. And he would have been able to work with you on certain things financially in regards to getting to the venues. That's business stuff,
Bank account, all the money has been sent to my bank account. Would it be because when I checked my bank account, I'd have been like, what's this for? So his manager writes back and says that attaches a promissory note. The promissory note isn't signed. The promissory note just basically says, I promise to pay, but it isn't signed. No one freaking signed it, not even the ex. So who promised to pay you? Every time you ask about the money, it's we're going bankrupt, we don't have it, I'm losing, I'm redlined. Every time you say, well, I'm sorry, you're having money issues, it's I'm not having money issues, I got big money. So
that's because he was pocketing the money. It's a grift to him, It reminds me of the Jay Morrison guy, right? Again, I have nothing against Jay Morrison, don't know him, but I've watched his behavior. I've watched the things that have gone on with him. And these guys just enjoy getting money because maybe they have a certain lifestyle. This guy, Ace Metaphor, probably got a couple girlfriends he got to take care on the side. So, he needs that money to upkeep his lifestyle and the people who he works with, his business partners, because he has business partners. They want to get paid as well. It's like when a corporation, they get bonuses and people get fired. They let people go so they continue to get their bonuses. They would rather continue to get their bonuses and let you go from the job so they can stop having to pay you while they continue to make their own salary so they don't have to take no pay cut.
You never quite know. That's why he was shaking and flailing. Also, I'd like to talk about the public support of my colleagues, right? The people that I've been on the pod with. I've never asked for public support. I never said, you better like this comment or say this or that. I stand alone because I can stand alone. I don't need anybody to say I left because of, or I believe her, or I had these kind of conversations. All I need people to do is, when I'm lying, stop me. Contracts were changed out the blue. New changes couldn't happen so fast they couldn't be put on the contract. It just every single day was a mess of like, what? So yes, most of the time he did pay on time, with exceptions, as he stated. You can write the manager, complain, say this isn't right, wait, what's going on? All you're going to get is a long, drawn-out response that the same shit that he's going to tell you, but long and drawn out with big words. Now, I still haven't gone over the fact that he called me several times to get a hold of my merch, right? He wanted my merch. He wanted to take control of it. Even though I said I already had a crew, I already had my situated, I did not need help. He called me every single day until I said, okay. I had a lot going on. My address had been leaked. There's a lot of, I found out my address was leaked. I was moving. I had a lot going on. So I said, okay. And I didn't even get to the part where he wouldn't give me my merch back unless I said thank you and bought a bottle of tequila. And he put it in an email and I thought he was joking, but little did I know he was not kidding at all. Hello, and thank you for watching episode 5.
Shout out to everybody that's here. What's good, Be Fierce? This is the inner workings of content creation. The things y'all got to understand is it's a business to these people. These people, they don't love these women like they claim to. It's a business to them, and I'm letting this all play out. I'm letting this all play out because I've told y'all. I've told y'all over and over and over, and y'all refuse to listen. So I gotta let this play out. Gotta let it play out. The red pill men are right. We're always right about these grifters. These guys don't care about y'all. Y'all just money to them. And the fact that people, and I'm still surprised that they've been doing this for years. I only recently heard of them touring. I thought that's something they just started doing. I did not know that they were going on tours. Like, who is buying tickets to these shows? But again, it's entertainment, I guess. Just imagine your girlfriend or wife ask you, hey, let's go watch this. We watching this, these dating coaches or whoever. They're coming into town. They're going to do this sort of show, I guess, debate each other. I don't know. Just imagine. Like, first of all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, why would you want to go see these people? You want to go be lied to? You want to be manipulated? And they're paying hundreds of dollars per ticket, from what I understand. Hundreds of dollars per ticket. This ain't a cheap ticket. This man, according to Keita, doesn't even want to talk to women. What the hell? But he's a dating coach for women. I told you, these guys are the real misogynists. They are the real misogynists. See, I have no problem talking to women. I've talked to women on YouTube all the time. I have no problem talking to women either online or offline. Now you will say, well, he has a big platform. Maybe that's why. No, it's because the guy only sees women as sexual objects. He doesn't see women as anybody to respect. Heavy pandering on the show. That's why they've been doing this for years. Jay, she's saying he's a hypocrite. She's saying he doesn't like talking to women, to say that he's a hypocrite. I know, Miss Marcy. I'm just speaking on his platform and what he stands for. We are in agreement. I'm in agreement with Keita as far as him being a hypocrite. I agree. That's why I'm playing this, because I want women to understand this is what you've been supporting. This is what y'all try to put in front of us as what a man should believe and think. But this man doesn't like women. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect y'all. This show is huge in New Orleans. The women down here love this pandering stuff. I've heard about New Orleans. I've heard about the types of women there. I've heard about the heavier dosage of feminism that's going on there. Jay, he seems low-key gay. Listen, you never know with these guys, You never know with these guys.
Hello, Crash Outs, and thank you for watching episode 6 of Who the F Did I Work For? Had to censor myself. They're trying to take my pages. If you no longer see me on any of the platforms, follow my YouTube. That means Mojo Jojo 1. So there's a rumor that Mojo Jojo is smashing everybody on the cast, and
come to the dark side of YouTube. Yo, YouTube is the dark side, man. They start off on TikTok and on Instagram. They'll eventually land on YouTube, and it goes toxic from there.
I don't know where y'all came up with that, but I do know I did say he was dibbling and dabbling for show. Yeah, no, I said that. I got something on my shirt. So this is my very first tour. I'm getting to perform. I'm seeing new fans in new cities. I love this experience, but I'm starting to get irritated, and I'm telling K-Love this. I'm starting to get irritated at Mojo Jojo and the things he would say on stage, especially like if you're in an otherwise healthy and happy marriage, and he decides to cheat on you, your husband decides to cheat on you, you shouldn't leave, because otherwise, like, other than that, you were happy. Well, clearly we weren't happy because I'm getting cheated on. So that's the stuff that I would say that would make him very mad. And he would only show that after we got off stage. So then I realized, okay, I'm going to have to censor myself because he's not going to let me really express. So aside from all the women that, like, the fans that would sleep with Mojo Jojo, because this is when I found out that tour life means a lot of effing is going on.
Of course. Listen, listen, it don't matter if it's music, content creators. If you have men touring and going to be viewed by a bunch of horny single women, there's going to be some messing around going on. I told y'all, content creators are the new celebrities. They are. Look at how these streamers get treated. They get treated like celebrities. The streamers, content creators are the new celebrities. So if they're touring around, these women are going to be hot and horny. Right? You know what I'm saying? They're going to them shows to get noticed, especially the ones that ain't with a significant other. And even if they was, so what? You got women that probably would bring their husbands or boyfriends to the show and still try to cheat. They ain't gonna change nothing. Boyfriend being a changes nothing. Okay, these women are sneaky. There's a reason why there's a term sneaky link, because nobody sneaky links more than a married woman or a woman in a relationship.
A lot of boot scooting boogieing. So aside from all the women that he would sleep with on tour, he would sleep with, his assistants. So I met one of his assistants that let me know that he get down. Got a couple kinks as well. I'm not shaming it, but it does involve throw up. So Kit Kat ain't the only one that just look.
I don't know if y'all can see it, but look at all those women. They got like one guy there, but there's a lot of women back there.
Loves bodily functions.
It's a lot of women back there, man. And a lot of them are there to see Ace. It's good, AT. Give me a show like shit. They're there to see. So if y'all don't think this guy is taking, groupies are everywhere. YouTubers got groupies. Content creators are the new celebrities. They got groupies. The bigger your platform is, the more these women come at you. That's just a fact. It's just a fact, people say, well, there's groupies for rappers or athletes, but also content creators too, because you can build a bond as a content creator with your audience that rappers and athletes can't do. And the groupie energy is just different. It's just different. She's not liking you because of you being rich or an athlete. It's because you have a big audience and people listen to you. You have fans. And so you got good. Miss Marcy, no comment.
Bodily fluids, I meant. I'm sorry, I'm really frazzled by a lot of all this. I don't kink shame, but I don't think it.
I was joking, but no comment.
It's wrong to be kink surprised. Imagine a close friend being like, I just need to be pooped on. Every day I think about it. Love it. So after every show, we like to go out and eat, celebrate. And I remember being in Dayton, Ohio, and talking to his wife and basically telling them that they had amazing husbands because I seen them do their job and go home. And they really showed me that married men can absolutely be in front of a whole bunch of women that are open and ready to pop it up, to pop it out. They can see that and say, what I got at home is more precious, and go to their hotel room and not be frazzle-dazzling in the lobby. And this is where I learned that cheating on your significant other or your spouse doesn't only hurt your significant other, but it really makes everybody around the situation feel uncomfortable. Because
I will say this, though. It is good that, you got the married guys there who, this is a job to them. They're not there to meet groupies, that they're actually being faithful, because they could cheat. He cheating. The guy in the mid Ace right here, he's cheating. But the fact that, according to her, they aren't is a good endorsement that they're doing things the right way.
As I'm speaking to these ladies, his girl comes up and says, well, what about Mojo Jojo? You're saying he's faithful. What about him? So I would like to take a poll. If you knew that your boss was unfaithful and at the company Christmas party, his wife asks you, what are you going to say? Are you going to tell her the truth, or are you going to say, yeah, he's absolutely faithful. He's just like the rest of them. He's doing good. Well, if your answer was not the latter one, because mine was, I looked at her right in her face and I was like, he is faithful. Yeah, he really loves you. I didn't know what else to say. I did not want to lose my job. I was put in a very awkward situation. Me and that girlfriend weren't close then. Now we are, but we weren't close then, and I just didn't know what to do. And that's when I realized how selfish. He put me in this situation. Now, I might be wrong, but he put me in that situation. He didn't even have a type. Some wheelchair, little hand. I'm not trying to be rude. It didn't matter. It didn't matter the disability. Not to say anybody was like not able to function. I don't think he took advantage of anyone. They were able, but the disabled, they're able. You hear what I'm saying? The disabled is able. They get down. You hear what I'm saying? Hello, my fellow crash outs, and thank you.
That's that particular video. Again, and I would say this to Keita if I'm speaking to her. Why did you stay when the money started to look funny, but you still stayed? Why did you stay when all this stuff, all the cheating and everything was going on? Why stay? Why stay? I would say this to any woman in these situations. Why stay in a situation where you are, you feel like, you're being manipulated and played, and you're not getting paid what you're supposed to get paid. It took a breakup for her to realize that. That's why, again, you got to have your affairs in order. Let's check out what this video is.
Want a big platform to...
Hold up. Let me see. Let me let y'all show this. Because she's playing a clip of DJ Academics. Not DJ Academics. She's playing a clip of Joe Budden. So let's see what this is about.
Shit on the people you used to work with.
I want to shit on the people I used to work with. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, my fellow crash outs reporting for duty. A lot of you said, Keita, where's episode 7? Right? Where's episode 7? Because it was Sunday. I can't do that on the Lord's Day. Uh-oh! Looks like they're trying to take a real ninja down. It's funny, everybody's okay with peeing and throwing up until you talk about it, and now I'm doing something wrong. Okay. So I just want to make a couple of things clear before we start this episode, because I really want to thank all of you for reaching out again. Every time I open my DMs, I'm getting a lot of love, and I know that there's a lot of hate too, but let me show you what a leader is. A leader knows that hate's gonna come. So I'm checking my DMs and I see a DM from this guy, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's probably going to say, sis, keep your head up. It's going to be okay. Like most of the DMs. Only I was surprised. So as you can see in 2021, I said, what's up? And Calamar said, man, I got this skit for us to do. I know a lot of you are saying, wait, what does this have to do with the Tonight's Conversation podcast? This is a little bonus segment because I'm going to show you guys how I'm coming if you think that you can speak to me disrespectfully. I don't care that I'm pissing off y'all's kings and queens of pee-pee and doo-doo. It's not my concern, but it's also not your fight. So I'm thinking Calamar is cool, right? And so, because I said, what's up? He's like, man, I want to do this skit 2021. Fast forward to 2025, okay? I used to look at you like a smart businesswoman, but to find out you quit the radio for a podcast, girl, you dumb as fuck. K104 been around 20 years. You left stability for a funky-ass podcast. You should know better. Thanks for the financial advice, Calamar. I'm really going to use it next time. I'm going to give some advice now. Be careful for the people that find pleasure in your pain. Like when you tell somebody bad news and you see that their corners of their mouth are like going up because it's like, ooh, those people been preying on you for a minute and they couldn't wait to let you know that you failed. A lot of you would like to know what happened with me on K104, and I didn't say anything. What? You mean you can leave a job and not say anything to anybody, even though thousands of people are asking you, where'd you go? every day, even a year after? I can do that. This time I chose not to. So I used to work for the best radio show in Dallas, Dee in the morning with Jay Cruz, Dee McGuire, JJ Williamson, Trey.
But this is a side note. Dee McGuire is a female radio legend, especially when she was with Doug Banks. Rest easy to Doug Banks. I remember them. They were a dynamic duo in the late 90s, early to 2000s, right? Just a side note.
G, and yeah, it was a vibe. I said K104 wanted to pay me $50 and then wanted me to take a price cut. I made triple then, so. He's like, I mean, you gotta start somewhere. That should have went up. Lady J left with 500,000. You still my girl. I'm not your girl. We're not even friends. I didn't even respond to your skit request, and that's why you're mad. No hate to anybody. If I'm already making $150, I don't want to keep making $50. I understand staying at a company for 45,000 years, but that's not what I like to do. I was on tour for 2 years. I was making about $150, and I decided to get another job because
a whole fucking week. And if you know me, you know that's like a record. I've been a content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it, for a couple of years now. And I've had a job. And I've went to school at the same fucking time. I still have a job. I've never stopped working.
Imagine being on tour from Friday to Sunday, working sometimes two shows each day, and then flying back home Sunday in order to be at work at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Monday through Friday. And then Friday, after your shift ends at 10 at the radio, you hop on a plane and go to whatever city so that you can start your other job. And I didn't work 2 jobs because I have a money problem, a gambling issue, an alcohol problem, or a spending problem, or any of that. I worked 2 jobs. I never stopped working because I like money. Now, my nervous system felt safer here. I love Dallas. I love the people. I love everything about this situation, but the money wasn't moneying. I was tired. I said, okay, well, let me go to the boss. So I go and talk to Gio, and I'm like, hey, contract, da da da. And he's like, everyone wants to worry about contracts. Everyone cares about contracts, but do you work? How about you do good work? I do good work. That's why I'm talking to you about a contract. He said I was something along the lines of, you're just a content creator. But I later found out why Gio didn't really want me there. I have a bachelor's degree in media, and that was my first, radio job ever, and it happened to be on the best morning show ever. So I did pretty well. I wasn't just a content creator because you wouldn't have chosen me if that were the case. But see, advice number 2. Be careful for when you stand up for what you're worth. Be careful for those people that when you do that, they try to devalue you. You aren't worth that. You think you worth that? You ain't worth that. I promise you I am, and I'm gonna show you. I said goodbye to everybody that I love, and then I started doing brand deals and made about 15,000 to 20,000 in 30 seconds to a minute. So I knew I didn't have to do that no more. I was going to be just fine. I don't know what Lady J, I don't know nothing about this, and I don't know how you know. Also, Lady J was working there for like 10 plus years. So whatever she left with, she probably deserved. I wasn't finna stay no 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I said I quit K104 when Gio said there's no money in radio. They wanted to give me pennies. Gio said I was just a creator that sits in her car and talk. But that's why they hired me. LOL. I've missed LOL. I made $150 off rip with the pod, so Lady J was there 16 years, you idiot. Oops. Sorry. And as I type this, I still make more than you. I'm not trying to shit on you, but calling me stupid when we both in Dallas is wild. So is it like smoke, or did you just want to call me out my name while I'm going through hard times? I'm not your girl, bitch. I don't even know you. Because I don't even know you. He says, I'm the latter, and I don't live in Dallas. And it could be smoke. Shit, I ain't tripping. I was so scared when he sent that. I was so scared. Now you mad as fuck. If I was in your position, I'd be mad too. And you definitely don't make more than me. Ooh, man. Sorry, y'all, I'm making a pizza. Okay, I said, what position? You think I'm broke? Ha! The fuck? I'm charging a nigga up that owe me money. Unfortunately, I had to crash out for him to hear me. But guess what? We close to solving everything. I don't know why bitch niggas like you think you can just talk to women. You don't know anyway. You're balding. You're not funny. And we shouldn't be speaking. So it's that smoke. I used to look at you like a businesswoman. Why? Because I had a job. You mark ass. I I can see if I like gave business advice. I was like one of y'all fake ass financial gurus. Make 400,000 in 40 minutes, but I never did that. If you make more money than me, then why are you talking? I don't know any rich men, and I know a lot. I don't know any rich men that would sit there and like talk to a poor broke girl. I said, focus on your millions, you busted heavy bitch. I'm not mad. I just gotta show people how I'm coming at them when they feel they can say stupid shit to me. But you're still my boo. Now, when he asked me to do the skit, I looked at his page and I didn't laugh, so I didn't respond. It's either white, so they look like
she said.
But he is old.
She said the reason why she didn't respond is because she looked on his page and he wasn't funny. The same could be said for you, Keita, because you're not funny. Okay. That's why I was thinking to myself, is she a comedian too? Because of the antics and the extraness. He probably only wanted you on the skit because of how you look. It wasn't because of your comedic skills. A lot of these skits, a lot of these female influencers being, it's not because of their comedic. Now, I've seen some females that I find to be funny that have done some skits, but it ain't a lot of them, he wanted you to do it because of how you look, so he could put you in the thumbnail and that people can be like, oh, that's what it was about. It's about content creating. That's why he wanted you there. It's just like when a guy dates a woman, a successful man, a rich man dates a woman, and they'll say, well, why are you with her? She's an airhead. You're like, you think I got with her because of how her brain and how she thinks? No, because of how she looks. Listen, Keita, if I'm going to ask you to be in a skit, it's not for your comedic timing. If anything, I'm going to want you to do something a little bit more dramatic and not comedic, right? Or do something a little bit on, not as, I'm not there for your comedy, So that's why, but she's saying he ain't funny, but you're not funny. Majority of these females who try to be funny, they're not funny. Very few of these women are funny.
Breath. And if you look right here, there's a gap because he's up. There's patches. All of it's gone. But don't worry, Calamar. I'm just like you. You must be stressed because let me show you something. This was my hair when I left working for Jojo. So I understand being bald, Calamar. My hair grew back, but I'm praying for yours. So everybody go to Calamar's shows. He works at the Improv, but you have to go early for his shows because he's probably the first comedian and not the last. A lot of you are like, wow, it seems like
Keita is recreational use only. That's it.
Appreciate that, Josh Hughes. Shout out to you, man.
You're having a manic episode. I'm glad you can identify what a manic episode is. It means I'm doing my job. So I'm about to wrap up this episode, but I do want to let you guys know that my little red phone rang and Mojo Jojo's lawyer and my lawyer have been getting sticky for a couple of days now. Mojo Jojo has a very angry and mean lawyer, but so do I. He says that he just might, make things right, not only with me, but with some of the people that he's wronged. Man, that's accountability there. I really, really appreciate that. So my next episode will be interesting. Tune in.
That podcast want a big platform to shit on the people you used to work with.
And that's that particular video.
We have to do it, obviously, above the board.
Okay, now she posted another clip. This is an audio that she posted of this. Says, my fellow crash outs, last week has been the hardest of my life. I started what started as a way to tell my truth by showcasing my abuse and calling out my abuser has turned into something beyond what I could have imagined. Standing up for myself has encouraged so many people to come to me, not only with their own traumas, but with similar stories related to Ace Mojo Joe metaphor. and the people in his close circle as well. While creating my series, Who the F Did I Work For?, many different women from Mojo's past and present started coming to me with their accounts of his abuse. I did not just take their word for it. I fact-checked the information and proof of abuse was provided. I was aware of the financial abuse that Ace Metaphor inflicted on employees, exes, and friends. But what I thought was only financial abuse has turned into something far more sinister. So now she's trying to Me Too him. She's trying to get him canceled. This went from her getting fired to her trying to shut his platform down. Ace Metaphor is going to be fine on his own. The whole Tonight conversation was a business venture. That's not his main source of income. And I believe he's written books too. So now it's a situation where she wants to get him canceled. She wants to get him canceled. Because she got fired. I want y'all to understand this. She got fired. She did not quit. She did not leave on her own. She got fired. It's different if this man was physically abusive to her or any sort of way. She claims it was financial abuse. Again, she could have left at any time. But she wanted to be on those tours. Even in the first post that I read on this live stream, she told the people of St. Louis, and I think they was visiting another city as well, that she wanted to come. She wanted to be a part of the show, but she no longer was going to be working with Ace Metaphor. So she wanted to be a part of that. She didn't walk away. She got fired. And now she's trying to ruin his reputation and his business venture. That is the Tonight's conversation.
What's that mean?
Right, because it means that technically we can't say what we're doing this for. Yeah, I like that being more of it. He was saying that what your lawyer said, and then I like it being something that is private between us that don't get out. But it doesn't benefit neither one of us to go to court about this. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it for me. The amount of money I would pay lawyers to keep watching your page and doing this and doing that, it's not fucking worth it. So what I'm saying,
this is a recorded phone call between her. Let me tell you what she wants. I think she wants him to pay her off. Because she would look like a complete hypocrite if she was back on that show. She wants him to pay her off. This is why a lot of you dudes got to have your ducks in a row, man. Because people, when people are mad and angry, they'll make all type of accusations so you can pay them off. This is about money. This has zero to do about abuse and trying to help people. Keita, you want money. You are upset that you got fired from that show. Just admit it. You're mad because you got fired. And now I don't know what you're trying to do. Are you trying to force him to pay you off? Is that because that's what it looks like. I'm telling you right now, if y'all come back to her page and all the posts are down, she got paid off. It's about money at the end of the day. It's always about money. These heifers will deal with all types of shit as long as they have an opportunity to be in the spotlight or get paid.
it is like, I didn't need an all-encompassing NDA. It was 100 just to not talk about this.
Yes, but that's the NDA.
Hold up. No, I mean, shit, if you want to keep, look, it was 100 to talk about this and then 250 in work, quote unquote.
For the NDA?
No, just this specific thing.
Right, that's the NDA. That's the one that I need to sign the NDA about.
question.
Yeah.
What about just the 5 all this year? Like 250 down, 256 months.
So give me 500,000.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you take that money, and you just put it in the stock market in 4 years, you'll probably have more money. You know what I'm saying?
Nope, I don't know how to do stock markets. You don't.
No, I'm saying you'll just have it. You get what I'm saying? You'll have it. Like the idea, and this is I'm telling you from my side of it, what I would do. I would have the money.
People have been around you forever, and then other people's characters are going to start to be questioned, because my first thought was, which one of his niggas knew and sat by an abuser and continued to make money? That.
You know, I can't listen to more of this because I'm going to end up saying shit that I don't want to. I'm trying to keep it PG. But, man, this... I want to talk about another topic. I want to talk about this heifer from Detroit. What's her name? Dank the most. Well, we gonna talk about this because y'all gonna have me sitting up here cussing and fussing about this heifer and this situation. It's about money, man. It's all about money, just like with this person. It's always about some damn money. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to help nobody. You got fired and you want money. So let's talk about this while I'm still live tonight. We're going to talk about this heifer from Detroit. Her name is Dank the Moss. I have a photo of her. Let me show y'all Dank the Moss. This is her. And she's suing Lyft because she was denied service in this. They did not listen. I could see if this was a company car. Obviously, it wasn't. So this man did not have, or whoever did not have to allow this woman in their car. But she's angry. This is why I hate the way society panders to these big heifers. Nothing against people who are big at all. But when you are somebody who is delusional and big and you think that the world owes you something, that is a problem. The world does not owe you anything. So the fact that she's trying to get paid because she wasn't allowed in someone's personal car, even though they do work for Lyft, it shows you the entitlement. The entitlement. So let's get into this.
I'm so busy getting your car. Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too big and his tires, something about his tires. I asked him, what do I have to do with your tires?
This happened January 8th.
Because you're probably pushing 400 pounds and he has a small sedan and, well, I'm sorry, pushing might be over 400 pounds. And he looked at you like, man, that's not going to work. And he probably has had issues with his tires. Look at the entitlement. Like, you are a big heifer, okay? He didn't want you ruining his tires. He didn't want his car leaning. This is why if you do Lyft, get you an SUV or a van, right? Get you an SUV or a van so you don't have to run into these problems. She's pushing 500 pounds, Jay. Okay. And she feels like she's owed something. She feels like he's the problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have weight restrictions for the cars that they have. He has like a little small sedan. She would have a hard time getting in that car and out of that car. He'd have to put her in he literally would have to put her in the front seat and put the seat all the way back. But even still, depending on the size of the car, and she wants to sue somebody. Why don't you just get you another Lyft car? And the thing is, I haven't used Lyft, so maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But when you order a Lyft or an Uber, right? Can you ask? Don't they ask you or give you the option? Do you want a car that's big? Do you have to tell them that you may require a bigger car, or is it optional? Right? Could you say, hey, I'm gonna need a certain size car, because that looked like a small vehicle. Yes, Uber has XL. Yes, because I've done that. Right. So I'm pretty sure that, for her size, she could have gotten a different driver with a bigger vehicle. But in her mind, she's a skinny heifer. In her mind, she's a skinny chick, and she don't want to hear nothing else. This is what happens when you lie to these women. When you lie to these women and tell these women ain't nothing wrong with them. And listen, I would say the same thing about Dave Bluntz. Dave Bluntz needs to lose weight. But again, he's not doing it because the people around him are lying to him. They're lying to Dave Bluntz. He's sitting on stage on a chair, look like a couch, with using a breathing mask. And look how she dressed at this press conference. She really thinks she's a bad bee. How much y'all want to bet she got kids?
The 29-year-old Detroiter was headed to a Lions watch party, only she never got there.
So you said
y'all, look at this car. Look at this car. That is the car already close to the ground. That's a small car. She should have asked for a bigger vehicle, a van, or a SUV.
I'm getting a lift because I can't fit in your car.
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
Right.
I was embarrassed, and I feel some type of way about it,
She's hired a lawyer and is suing Lyft.
Well, from a legal standpoint,
the guy said they said she could have asked for it, but in her mind, she don't think she big. In her, you Negro men, I blame y'all. Y'all sit up there and y'all boost her ego so you can sleep with her. Because we know there's a segment of you black men that will screw anything. And y'all done boosted her head up to where in her mind, she ain't no big girl. Yes, she is. And she needed a bigger car. She should have gotten a bigger car, but in her mind, she ain't no big girl. That is the problem in our society. This is why you have apps like Bumble that will punish you if you say you don't want to date a certain size woman. Like, bro, men are allowed to have standards, just like that Lyft driver is allowed to have standards for his own personal car, because that's his personal car. He has to drive that every day. Every day he has to drive that. Yeah, that car is already low to the ground. Yeah, body positivity has destroyed this country and the women in it. She should have requested but in her mind, she thinks she's a skinny chick.
it seems like obvious discrimination. The
obvious discrimination
against Civil Rights Act specifically protects people from weight discrimination.
What?
And the driver...
Weight discrimination. You can control weight. It's different if they say, I won't have you in my car because you're black. Or I won't have you in my car because I don't like the way that you're dressed or something like that. But the fact that she did not request a bigger car, lets me know that the people around her lie to her and they don't tell her the truth. Just like her saying she's a rapper. Never heard of her. Maybe y'all in Detroit know of her.
Here turned down her ride because of her weight.
Deja says this experience has scarred her.
I haven't really left my house since that.
She hopes this lawsuit will change how people treat others of all sizes.
Didn't have to pay for extra for a Uber XL.
While Lyft does.
So that's what it is. She didn't want to have to pay extra for Uber XL. Well, you want to go to a party. It's not like you got to go to work. You trying to go to a party. You want to go to a party. So I guess you don't have to pay to go to this party. She said it's a Lions watch party. I guess they're letting people in this party for free. Was she saving her money for drinks, for food? This is crazy.
Does not comment on pending litigation. They did send us this statement saying, quote, Lyft unequivocally condemns all forms of discrimination. We believe in a community where everyone is treated with equal respect and mutual kindness. Our community guidelines and terms of service explicitly prohibit harassment or discrimination. Reporting in Detroit, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
This is because this woman, this is a lawsuit about a female who is delusional and doesn't understand that she's not like the skinny girls, but in her mind she is. This is I mean, people. I mean, what are we doing here? What these lawyers have no shame. These lawyers have no shame. Look at the bottom of this photo says, Damar seen with her lawyers has said that she weighed over 500 pounds. And you wonder why that man didn't want you in his small sedan. Like, are you, and the fact that the lawyers took this case, this is insane. Y'all go into court, that judge is going to take one look at her. And that judge is going to be like, no. This is insanity. So you mean to tell me she can hop on a plane and sit in coach and not have to pay for 2 seats? This is what delusion looks like. And these lawyers are not helping it. These lawyers are not helping the situation at all. They're not. Look at that car already close to the ground. No, you wasn't going to be able to fit in there. This is crazy. She got a teenager. Can you believe that? I knew she had a child. But she got a teenager at 29? The driver may lose his job. He was also very polite to her. He might. And it's sad if he does, because if he loses his job, it's going to be because this heifer is delusional. She didn't want to pay a little bit extra because she want to save her money for this party. This is crazy to me. You could just sue for anything these days. And it's saying she's a rapper? Are you? Look, oh my God. Oh my God. What are we doing here? These lawyers need their asses kicked. These lawyers, man, ambulance chasers, man, nothing but ambulance chasers. Nothing but ambulance chasers. Yeah, the driver of that car needs to sue, counter sue. This is insane, man. What is wrong with these people? But anyway, we've been talking about the evils of money and what it does to people. Let's check out their news report. Hold on. Let's check out their news report. Oh, let me. Plus size rapper calls herself a BBW. I'm telling you, man, this is the problem, man. That's what's wrong. These women minds are screwed up, man. No self-awareness. No self-awareness at all. A generation of women have been lied to.
Viral for something other than her music.
Fans know her as Dank DeMoss, and they're fuming after a Lyft driver allegedly denied her a ride because of her size. And Fox News' Jessica Dupnack is live in Detroit with the story. And my goodness, tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Have you been in cars that size before? Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like a...
No, that's reality.
You know,
this man probably...
said
he's probably had issues with his tires. He probably got brand new tires put on that car. He's not trying to have more issues with them. Especially when you go in it, and depending on how long the ride is. I mean, they're in Detroit. That ride could be for... 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on where this party is at. And what happens is because she's going to be sitting on one side of the car, 1/4 of the car. She's going to be sitting there, and a lot of pressure is going to be put on that tire. Anybody with a car knows this, and who's had issues with tires. Tires could be very delicate. And when your income is your car, you have to be very conscientious of this.
Tires could not handle her weight.
For every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. I get the money and flip it and make some food. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew...
What I want to know is, why doesn't she have a car? Why doesn't she have a car? Is what I want to know. Why are you taking Lyft? Why don't you have your own car? Is it because you can't drive a car yourself?
That it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
My God.
It would be
wait a minute. So weight is a protected... So overweight fat people are a protected group? I'd expect this in California, because every group is a protected group over there, except white people, white men. But everybody else is a protected group. So in Michigan, of all states, when you are a bigger person, you are a part of a protected group. This is, I know that Michigan is basically a Democratic state, and a lot of these weird laws are going to be there, but come on, man. And they would, if it was an overweight man, this would not be on the news, because no one would care. Because it's an overweight black woman, we got to protect these delusional heifers. We got to protect these delusional heifers at all costs.
Driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see like what we go through as bigger people, you know.
Oh,
we did reach out to Lyft. They did not get back with us in time for this story. Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat. But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight. It's very clear in that cell phone video. That is why he denied her ride. Reporting live.
Right. Them lawyers would not have her in their car. I bet you them lawyers would not have her riding in their cars. But they're lawyers. Their job is to try to finesse people out of money.
On the edge.
And because these Lyft drivers, their own personal rides, I mean, they turn people away, but they have some discretion, you're saying, but when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with you.
That is crazy. So you can't tell somebody they can't be in your car because they're big? That is insane. That is insane because she can't, you know, get in better shape, you know? So people got to just do it because she say so? That's crazy. You could tell she don't drive because if she drives cars, she know that tires can get worn down. You know, depending on the make and model of the car, the tires can get worn down. You put her in there, that tire is going to be cooked, especially if it's a long ride. And it seems to me like it was going to be a long ride. He probably was going to have to drive her close to about 20, 30 minutes probably. And that, you know what I'm saying? It's insane, man. But again, this isn't about protecting group. It's about protecting these mentally unstable women so they don't. See, black women, they want you to be fat mammies. They don't want you to get in shape. Look, white women are getting in shape. Asian women, Hispanic women, they're getting in shape. Meanwhile, y'all are going to lawyers to sue because they won't let your big ass in the car. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all see that? You see all these other group of women, they're in the gym. They're running along the sidewalk. They're trying to get in shape and stay in shape. Meanwhile, you want to go sue. This is where we are. Her belly will be against the steering wheel. Jaye, the airlines had the same problem a few years ago with big people. Right, and it did make you buy 2 seats now, which you should do. If you know you big and you're going to be on a plane ride, buy 2 seats. Stop crying and complaining about it. If you don't want to have to deal with that, then get in better shape. Point blank, period. You don't see overweight men suing nobody. She needs her own pickup. Absolutely. She definitely be fighting against the steering wheel. That's why she don't drive. She rides. She don't drive nowhere. She's riding around. That's why these other races of women are out here getting in shape and staying in shape. They're not trying to sue for this, BS. And y'all want to claim that people are against you? No, y'all are just delusional. And it's everybody's fault that you don't want to get in shape. It's crazy. Salute to everybody that's here. That is it for me. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. Salute to the moderators, the channel members, everybody that has supported the live stream, that donated. Thank y'all. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't. You can continue the conversation in the description box, in the comment section. I want to make sure I went live again. I know it's been a little while. But again, if I don't have topics that really appeal to me, why do it? But make sure that y'all send me topics through email, JayeDeBlackLive@gmail.com. You can also send me topics on X, Instagram. Like that's the X there. It's the Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I've posted some of my shorts on TikTok. Y'all follow me there. I'm also on Patreon as well. Also, click that join button, become a member as well. Yeah, that is it, man. That is it, man. This is crazy. The delusion is real. And you got to keep your eyes open because you never know, what crazy thing is going to happen. It's a lot of crazy things going on. Let's see. Okay. All right, people. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care and have a great rest of your night, all right?